Okay, here we go with a little segment of Key West Storytellers. My name is Henry Fuller, and I'm going to tell you a little story. I was born and raised here in Key West. So here we go. I want to start off at the Bayview Park. I live right across the street here, 1402 Virginia. I'm a proud co-founder of the Vietnam Living Memorial. As we turn right here on Virginia, we see to the left here with the Cates family, Boise, Rose, Louise, auto mechanic anyway, we're coming to a halt here, and I'll be getting out and taking a photo of where I grew up in Key West. That's 1402 Virginia, and 1400 is next door, where my mom spent a lot of time with her neighbors and Chuck and her daughters and Mary and so forth, and Anita, and here we go, moving on. Patsy Valdez lived to the left there, Georgie, the Lees, Michael Lee, so forth and so forth. And right there you could see the little of the grocery store where some of the Rose tattoo was filmed here in Key West. To the right here, Mercy Hospital and the old Galto residence back in the day, the Galto fishermen. And now to White Street, across the street from the gun, and right to the right there to that building was Perez Bakery. To the left there is the old Wesley House building. As young kids, we spent a lot of time and having fun there, and dance contests and so forth. To the left here in this corner, the old Hawk was here. We spent a lot of time getting hamburgers and french fries. To the right here, thank you very much, Alex, for restoring this building and making it a museum and preserving our history of Key West. It needs to be preserved. We are proud Key Westers, so proud cunts. To the left over here is Gutierrez old grocery store. Ray Gutierrez's mom owned it. And it was a little series came to Key West once, and they did some filming there as well. There it is, the old Gutierrez grocery store back in the day. On to the right side is, here we are. Fernandez Distributors, I believe it was. And I think he was a commissioner as well. Melissa's family. And to the corner here is Windsor Lane. Beginning of Windsor Lane, past St. Mary's. I'm the founder of the Block and Roast. I'm proud that came up with that, and it's continued on and has raised over $500,000. Very proud of that. So here we go on to passing Truman, passing Johnson Lane. I believe that's Johnson. Linda Perez's granddaddy used to sell bolita there in the little shack. It's okay to say it was happening many years ago, so no one can get in trouble now. And right on to Olivia. We're going to stop here for a second and take a photo of Rio's grocery store, where you can get 2 cents worth of coffee, sugar, or any other needs, and pay for it every Friday. And here we are. We're going down Olivia to 822, where my grandmother used to live. Right there is 822. Spent many a times there, many a nights when she babysit me and so forth. Loved it. Great time. Red Buquet's home, Sylvia's family lived here, I believe. And to the right here, my family, Abelia Forns, Larry, Miriam, Judy, Tony, they were all raised here. Next to that was the Castellanos, Guillermo and family, Lola and her daughters, and turning right on Packer. I believe Linda knows the family here. That's her family. And to the right here, we're going back Johnson's Lane again. I hope I'm right about this name. It looks like it says Johnson. But anyway, a lot of good times on Packer. You know, a lot of good people here back in the day. Had a lot of fun. Riding bikes, so forth. To the left here, you see the old drum bar. And across the street, maybe people don't remember this, but it was a little theater there for a while. Didn't stay long. but it was there, and so forth. Here we go past St. Mary's on Truman Avenue. This is the big front of the building. As we pass the grotto and we pray for a better day, we turn it right on Elizabeth, continue down on Elizabeth Street, and past, quiet that noise down, Eddie's Luncheonette. Some of the best boils, ham sandwiches, Cuban mixes you could ever want in your life. But anyway, continuing past Olivia, to the right, the Laris family. Many of them were police officers, and also sang at the lounge over there at the airport, when there was a lounge at the airport back then, way back then, so many days ago. To the right here, we have the Keys family, who's a bishop for many years, and the ones who had the shell business at the end of the southernmost point, the Keys family. Anyway, to the left here, we're going to stop for a minute and take a photo of the Alfonso, Mario. I spent a lot of time with Mario and Carmen, Jerry, Carrie, and all the sisters there, and brothers, and Mario and Tony, and Mario, Tony, Mario. Anyway, and past another little Belita stand, Willa Mae's place. Anyway, here we are, the Uncle Roberts, and next to Uncle Robert, Olga, Rose, Gloria, love you guys. We find Uncle Peter lived next to him. Sue, Norma, Tommy, in the back with Pilar and Tommy, and they eventually, and Cochuca. Yeah, get Cochuca. We almost tried to pull woman and save over kids. To the right here, Major's family, Herschel, love you guys. Spent a lot of times playing tops. Taught me how to fly a kite with a razor blade. We fought and we played marbles and everything. And here we go, and turn left on Simonton. And I'm going to leave this little section out for right now, because we're going to come right back up to it later on in a few minutes. So we'll just give you a nice little cruise here. I should cut this all out, but anyway, for right now, we're going to go past Olivia again. Monkey Bar used to be the 900, and the Balego is the Chrissy. But anyway, again, I'll emphasize on that a little bit more as we cruise back onto this, as we head down Duval Street. Here we are on Duval. Across the street was Strunk's Lumber. Back in the day, way back in the day. And the deli right there, better than Sex Now. Way good place. Tuffy's used to be the flaming chicken or some shit. Anyway, so here we are on famous Duval Street, the world's longest street. Starts at the line and it ends at the Gulf. So here you go, figure it out. Passing Olivia. Here we are in Ghost Town, Duval. Due to the coronavirus, we are on lockdown. So just giving you a little tour of something you're not going to see for long. Empty streets in Key West, it's unheard of, but it's happening now due to this crisis. Hope all are well and hasn't affected your family or friends, but many has gone through it, and some have passed. And may you rest in peace and hope for a better day and healing. Anyway, we're going past Petronia. My dad had a little restaurant there many years ago. There was two friends, I think two brothers, and Mary Ann's grocery store, one of the largest supermarkets that came to town in the early days, was in that corner. Didn't last long, I don't remember. Three Bears, meat market, the seal test trucks, ice cream and milk and all that. Anyway, we're coming around to show you some of just past Aqua, a famous place to go to and for entertainment, and showing you some of the buildings and businesses that exist in Key West today. Here we go past where William Gamble's used to be, the Appleroot building, and saying, Eileen, how are ya? Hope all is well. Anyway, here we are. I believe somebody was saying that they know how that clock got there. I think that was the old William Gamble's business, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, here we are up to Southern. Here we are at the corner of Southern and Duval. Cruising with the storyteller Henry Fuller, telling his story where he grew up and the love of his hometown, Key West. Here we are to the right, Strand, House of Wax. I remember that. A lot of horror movies there for. I guess that was the era, and a lot of horror. we freak out on San Carlos, the old kiddie show when we were kids. Spent a lot of time in that building. And Crest right here now used to be Fast Buck, but now CES. One thing that hasn't changed is La Concha. It's still a hotel, and I guess it will always be a hotel. Here we go, going down past Fleming to Eaton, and we find St. Paul's is still a church. It's been here for many years. It's beautiful inside, and some great Christmas Eve services as well as a Catholic church. We're going to go past Eaton Street here, and we're going to go. We're going to be shortly be seeing the 551 building. In the back, that's where we used to have the 551 dances, teen dances, 55 Teen Club, 551 Teen Club. That's it. We had a lot of good times on Monday night there, hiring our own bands, local bands, who were mostly teens themselves playing. Some great talent: Andy Johnson, Paulie Wilson, Tony Ray, Ralph Ray, Carlos, on and on, so many. But anyway, the old Whistle Bar and Fogarty's building here. And we passed some of the properties owned by the Spotswoods. In the corner there was the old cable building. I think it was we were one of the only cities in America that had cable back in the day. First ones, thank God for that, right? Anyway, so we're going to pass the old post office to the left here. Now Federal Building. It used to be a hurricane shelter. We spent nights in there, trying to stay safe from any natural disaster like a hurricane, and it was fun. We took our little pillows and blankets and camped out. Fun for the kids anyway, not for the adults. Imagine. The old City Electric Company was officers were here one day in time, and now it's the studios of Key West. Here is the Stone Church, I believe it's called the Stone Church, and to the right of that is that little guy with the doll. Anyway, up on Eaton there, next to the Key West Theater. Give it a shout out to the right of that is that little guy with the doll. Anyway, up on Eaton there, next to the Key West Theater. Give it a shout out to the Key West Theater. They are doing some good things there, some events, some allowing local bands to make a little money, and they deserve it. Support your local bands. To the right there used to be an old pharmacy back in the day, and the Sears catalog where you could order whatever you're similar to ordering online today. But anyway, here we go to some familiar buildings. Some might know. Anyway, the old synagogue, the Jewish synagogue, and Bell Telephone was located here back in the day. My aunt worked. She moved from Oklahoma to Key West for a little bit. There used to be the headquarters for the Public. And here was the old City Hall, now the fire station and parking lot. To the left there we used to get our licenses. now at Searstown. Another church, an old church, historical church, Trinity, I believe. I hope I'm right about this. I'm not a tour guide, so bear with me, please, if I make a few mistakes. I'm just giving a little tour and a story of where I grew up. There was the old Polly Pinto's family's grocery store back in the day. Here, Moreno lived there, and fish market. The fish market was there. Here's a place called El Bodega or La Bodega, but all the stores were La Bodega, but it was named the Bodega. It was anyway, going past Key West Chemical. Hello to Gilda. Going back to the Bodega, it was nicknamed the Bodega. It stayed and known as the Bodega, and sold some really good sandwiches, and people played music. There was a great hangout in the 70s. So past Truman again, and we're going up to the Gatto building, one of the oldest remains of a cigar factory here in Key West. Cigars and tobacco was a big to-do back in the day. Over here, Martinez Refrigeration. Oh, back when Martinez lived, Danny Chavez, a good friend of mine, Hans, Jan's, was married to Danny back in the day. Anyway, past Cuban Club. Here, my family spent a lot of time dancing or having fun on the, I believe it was Saturday night, Anong. Best ice cream, except for Ben & Jerry's now. Go get your best ice cream at Ben & Jerry's on the other side of the wall. Anyway, we come up to Mario Sanchez's building. I don't think he did a lot of carving there. That is according to what I remember talking to Dennis Bowser. He spent a lot of time carving behind his dad's property on Catherine now, if I get the story, and correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, going past United, and we're coming up to the entrance of the naval base. I believe is officers' quarters. I'm not sure. I don't know what's in there, but anyway, I don't care what's in there. To the left here, we're going to go on to Whitehead and come up on the southernmost point of the USA, here in beautiful Key West, Florida. To the right, we'll find the dedicated statue to the Keys family, who spent many days selling their merchandise, shells, and I believe fresh conch and so forth. We missed that, missed the business, but here we have the buoy and some guy standing there with a bicycle. Thank you for getting in my shot, but hey, whatever. We're just passing through like you. So here we go past the southernmost, where the story ends, for me anyway, for now. Part of the story. I will continue being a story maker until, that day. But anyway, the southernmost beach, my mom and I would enjoy that a lot. She would bring me here to these to enjoy the salt water here at the beach, and back in the day. So here I end this part of this story. Key West on lockdown. Thank you for listening, watching, and let me hear from you. Peace and love, people. Be safe. Love you.